Have you ever wondered whether the oldest civilizations knew more than we think? More than 5,000 years ago, the Sumerians recorded stories that still puzzle scholars today.
So this person has an old phone that when they record with it is able to identify a parallel universe where a Mandela effect has apparently occurred.
I am here in Nairobi, Kenya, and we're about to eat the blackest chicken in the world.
Do any other civilizations have a flood myth?
More than 200 of them.
Hey, what's up, guys? My name's Bob, and this is Echo Reacts. Wait, why can't it be called Bob Reacts?
Just finish it.
Anyway, yeah, this is Echo Reacts, and tonight we got a great show. I had fun doing it, and what else?
Remember?
Oh yeah, I had fun doing it, and we hope you do too. We hope you enjoy doing this. We hope you do each other. We hope you enjoy doing each other watching our film. I mean, watching the film.
Not about doing anybody. We don't have to talk about sex.
Oh yeah. Don't do each other. Just watch this video.
The King Tut Mandela effect has just been solved by me. In the King Tut Mandela effect, when I was younger, his sarcophagus only had a snake coming out of his head. Now it's a snake and a bird. Yeah, I guess it's not just a snake, it's a snake and a bird. But not so fast, my friends. Because me, Joe, with the giant cheese head, found something that blows this thing out of the water. Watch this and decide for yourself, Booshkies.
On display in Los Angeles, artifacts from the tomb of King Tut.
Did you all see that? Let's take a closer look. This is from the early 80s, a representation of King Tut's sarcophagus, and it's only got a snake on its head. Where's the bird? Because this thing shows a bird next to the snake on its head. In my universe, there was just a snake. Proof that the King Tut Mandela effect is real, Booshkies. In your reality, did that sarcophagus just have a snake or a snake and a bird?
So many people remember Britney Spears having a plaid skirt in this video. But then when you look it up, every video shows her wearing a black skirt. Except when you apparently record it with an old phone.
What?
And then there's the Oops, I Did It Again video where everyone remembers Britney Spears having a microphone attached to her face. But then when you look up the video, no microphone. But again, when this person uses that same old phone, there's clearly a microphone. And again, if it's never been, why are so many dolls and costumes using it? So many people remember Ellie Woods having a pink car and Legally Blonde, but apparently, no she didn't. So let's use the phone. Looks like a pink car to me. Now did Pikachu have a black tail or a yellow tail? The phone says black, but reality says yellow. Do you remember Looney Tunes with a U or Looney Tunes with an OO? Reality says U, but old phone says OO.
The number you have reached is not in service.
You guys, what do you think? A stretch or what? This is crazy to me. I'm not convinced. What do you think? Let's carry on.
I am here in Nairobi, Kenya, and we're about to eat the blackest chicken in the world. This is the ayam samani, and not only is it the blackest, but it's also the most expensive chicken in the world. Because of how rare and difficult they are to get a hold of, a single adult chicken is known to have sold for up to $10,000. But don't worry, Dennis has a hookup. He didn't pay that much.
Okay, Dylan, who was the owners?
You got a bigger knife? They originate from Indonesia and are literally black to the core. Their feathers, beak, skin, tongues, and even their hearts are black. They have a genetic mutation called fibromelanosis, which essentially causes hyperpigmentation. And honestly, this has made people sus as hell, so it carries a lot of superstition. Some say it has healing qualities, and others say that it reverses a run of bad luck. So let's get lucky as f*** and see if it tastes any different to white chicken.
If you don't like it, you're racist.
First of all, get your heads out of the gutter, because I know what you're thinking. Because I was kind of thinking the same thing. But what? Have you ever heard of this? This is the first time I've ever heard of a black cockerel. Let me know in the comments if you've ever had one in your mouth. I mean, if you've ever eaten black chicken. Moving on, you sick wolf freaks.
Convinced that the U.S. government is totally transparent about energy.
No, I think they're totally opaque about energy.
Really? Tell me.
Oh, yes. I think the U.S. government probably has unlocked 0 point or close to 0 point energy, which would be pulling energy out of the vacuum. We have inventors that have done that over and over and over.
And making energy out of apparently nothing.
Well, we could start with, there's a man named Charles Pogue, who in the 30s tinkered with his carburetor and was able to get 200 miles a gallon. What? It was proven. It was engineers investigated, scientists. It's totally proven. It worked. He was going to be a zillionaire or whatever. He's going to transform society. And the problem was, once the news of his engine got out, the oil stocks crashed. They just crashed. So the oil industry lobbied the U.S. government, we have to do something about this. And in 1951, the Invention Secrecy Act was passed. So now, if you patent any device that is more than 20% efficient, that's instantly classified. That is now a state secret. It's vital to national security. You can't talk about it. You can't build it, and you can't sell it unless you sell it to the U.S. military. You cannot do it. That went on for a while. And then there was a man named Tom Ogle, and Tom is this is the 70s now. He accidentally rewires his lawnmower engine to take the exhaust and pump it back into the carburetor. And this thing runs on a gallon of gas for 78 hours or something like that. So he reconfigures his car. It's like a 1976 Ford Galaxy, like a boat. And he's getting 200 miles to the gallon on the thing. He's offered $1 billion from an oil-producing country. Shell Oil offers him $25 million for the patent that he considers, but they're going to shelve it, so he says no. It's considered, maybe one of the biggest inventions of the century. Suddenly, Tom, without a history of drug use, stumbles out of a bar. He's drunk and he's killed. And that's the end of Tom Ogle's story. And that all disappears. All that research goes away. And this repeats over and over and over again till we get to Stanley Meyer. And you might remember Stanley Meyer and the water car, because this is the 1990s now. So now we have a vehicle that we're not even talking about fossil fuels and protecting a multi-trillion-dollar industry. We've got a car that runs on water using electrolysis, which has been around since the 1700s. But electrolysis requires a lot of energy and perfect water without impurities. But Stanley's figured out how to take tap water, put it into his car, and run his car on water. And what it does is splits the water into hydrogen, oxygen, runs on hydrogen. Hydrogen is a fuel, it works. And it works, and he drives it all over the place. It's all over the news. Engineers look at it. They say, this is the invention of the century. This changes everything. He's offered $1 billion and millions of dollars, and everyone wants his engine. And he's sitting at a Cracker Barrel with his brother and some investors, and they raise a glass to toast the new investment to go into the future. And they take their toast, and Stanley suddenly doesn't feel well. He runs outside. He starts vomiting. His brother chases after him and says, what's going on? And Stanley says, they poisoned me, and he dies. And in the medical examiner's report, it says he died of an aneurysm. But if you read the report, you can tell the medical examiner didn't really like that, because he wrote some other stuff like, he said he was poisoned, but toxicology doesn't really show it. But it says he died of an aneurysm. And that technology is now gone. The patent's useless because Stanley faked the numbers because he didn't trust the government, because he had another invention that most people don't know about before his water car, which was this toroid ring. A toroid is a donut. This donut-shaped ring that he invented that created energy out of nothing and levitated. But he patented it. It got hit with the Secrecy Act, and they made his life miserable. But people started to learn about that. And that brings us, there are other inventors in between. Townsend Brown invents this anti-gravity technology. He runs into all kinds of bad luck. All these men have their research stolen. They're broken into. They're carrying guns. They're threatened. They're disappearing. It happens over and over and over again. I have an episode on this. It's very sad. And we get to Floyd Sparky Sweet. He's my favorite because his inventions, he videotaped all of his stuff. And you see him in his workshop. And Sparky, he's an engineer. He's a garage tinkerer, but he's an engineer. And this was supervised by a military physicist. Maybe it was a mistake. And you see him running a fan at high RPMs. And then he's got light bulbs, all of this energy, and it's all running off this little box the size of a deck of cards. And he puts in 0.03 milliwatts, and he gets out all the watts you want. It's a device that no matter what you attach to it, it just, whatever the need is, it will give you the energy. This is Sparky Sweet. This actually connects to UFO technology. I don't know if we'll go there, but it does connect. So Sparky's got this invention. He gets some help from a military physicist. Gets a visit late one night, two men in suits come talk to him, say goodnight. He has a heart attack. Ambulance comes. They grab Sparky. The wife is not allowed in the ambulance. He dies. Soon after, a couple of black vans pull up. They take all his stuff, all his notes, every piece of equipment, and it just disappears. And that's the last we hear of it.
So, the moral of the story is if you're intelligent and you create something that will advance mankind in any way, keep your mouth shut, because you don't want to end up like those guys. What? Why don't you tell him?
Yeah, you don't want to end up like me. Yeah. They will.
All right. Yeah, so you don't want to end up like Bob.
Anunnaki. What are they? Well, these giants.
Yeah. Okay, the Anunnaki, they are these beings that came from off-world.
So these are aliens?
These are aliens. What? Now, what's interesting about these aliens is that they're not little green men with antenna. They're actually hominids. Bilateral bipedal hominids. They look just like us. Two forward-faced looking eyes, two hands, legs. They put their pants on one leg at a time like us.
Easy guys. I put my pants on, just like the rest of you, one leg at a time. Except once my pants are on, I make gold records.
But do they look more like us or more like us?
We look like them.
Okay.
Okay.
And the reason why is because we have their genetics and their DNA inside of our bodies. Now, what's interesting is these beings were a spacefaring race that broke away from the Pleiadian star system. The Pleiadian star system is a group of stars called the Seven Sisters in the night sky. You can see 6 stars with the naked eye. Now, these stars in ancient times, according to ancient texts and tablets, there was an ancient galactic war there.
Okay.
Most of the information from Star Wars comes from this text.
Let me see your identification.
You don't need to see his identification.
Yes, I do, or I wouldn't fucking ask.
You're very attractive for a stormtrooper.
Is it me or is this guy fucking weird?
He's fucking nuts, man. I'm single.
Oh, that's it. Get the fuck out of here, you dirty pervert.
And this war, they had these destroyers like Death Stars. They don't call them that, but they call them the Brahma-Astra and Brahma-Astra Honda weapons that actually can release a weapon that can destroy planets.
Okay.
Imagine if you were in a star system and a planet is being blown up and you're in a nearby planet. You got to get off of your planet.
Yeah.
This created something called space refugees.
What?
Nobody's talking about this.
Where are you getting this information again? Where is
the
this?
Mahabharata, the Bhagavad Gita, the Indian Vedas.
So these are ancient Indian texts.
That's right.
5,000 years ago.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the Enuma Elish. So we're talking about...
Yes, and.
We're talking about the evidence, the very first evidence of space refugees.
Hey, what's up guys? Professor Echo here. So I just wanted to slide in here and add to what Billy was saying. Well, clear some things up really. So this idea is mostly pushed by modern authors and internet personalities such as Billy here. What's happening is they reinterpret Devas, which is the advanced aliens. I think I'm saying that right. D-E-V-A-S, Devas or Devas. The Vimanas, which is the spacecraft, and mythic events like lost high-tech civilization. And then what they do is they add a narrative layer, like they came here after fleeing a war or catastrophe in space. But that refugee angle is not in the original Sanskrit text. So guys, the bottom line is there's no mention of space refugees in core Hindu scriptures. It's not in the Mahabharata, it's not in the Bhagavad Gita. It's just really modern reinterpretation. Some speculation and content creators. It's not source material. So do your research always, and this is for entertainment purposes only. I hope you guys are enjoying thus far. If you are, hit that like button, subscribe, all that. I love you. Let's carry on, shall we?
Do any other civilizations have a flood myth?
More than 200 of them have flood myths, but I'll give you one example that I love. China.
China?
China. I go to China.
Let's say China.
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 China. China.
China.
China.
China.
China. China.
China. China. China. China.
China.
China. China. China.
Right.
China.
China. I love them. China.
China. China. China. China. I have to have my China.
China.
China. China. China. China.
China. China. It's China to me. I've been saying China. 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 China.
Actually, in some of the most ancient records that we have of China, they were a monotheistic culture that worshipped a god called Shangdi, which means the one above the emperor. And their first great emperor is called Yu the Great, and he became an emperor after he figured out how to irrigate the water that was left over from a flood that had devastated China.
China. I go to China.
And in that flood narrative, they believe that a couple called Fuxi and Nuwa.
Your name is?
This is my twin sister. Her name, Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck me. Fuck me.
Are you? Twins. Twins, yes. We're going to see the twins, yes.
Fuck me. Fuck me. Fuck me.
Fuck me, that was fast.
Fuck you.
Oh, behave, baby.
Built a boat, got in the boat, and sailed up to the heavens. There was a leak of water that was coming out of the heavens, flooding the earth. And Nuwa, what do you hear there? Noah put together these 5 stones and mixed up some tar, pitch, and then took a brush and painted a rainbow in the sky that sealed the heavens. And so Nuwa in a boat paints a rainbow in the sky to put an end to the flood. Sound familiar?
This is so interesting, these stories, because when you start to look at ancient history, you realize the flood story isn't isolated. It shows up again and again in Mesopotamia, in the story of Noah, the story of Nuwa. Different cultures, different names, but a very similar structure. A warning, chosen survivor, and a way to preserve life. What's fascinating isn't that they're identical, it's just how closely they're tied together. In this next video, AJ from the Y-Files is going to take a deeper look into these flood accounts, where they appear, where they may have happened, and also dive into the Younger Dryas, which is another interesting story. So if you guys made it this far, I appreciate you. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. It really helps the channel. That being said, let's carry on, shall we?
Every culture has a flood myth. Abrahamic religions have Noah's flood. The Mayans have the Huracan flood, where the word hurricane comes from. Ancient Hawaiians have the Nu'u flood. The Sumerians wrote about a flood in Gilgamesh. Europe, Asia, Pacific Islanders, and native tribes from all over America. They all talk about a great flood that cleansed the earth so civilization could start again. Now, one myth is just folklore. 2 myths are a coincidence. 4D flood myths? This starts to look less like a myth and more like actual history. A few years ago, archaeologists found evidence of the Gunyu flood myth in China. Evidence of a great flood has been found in the Mediterranean and in the Black Sea. These discoveries put the flood between 6,500 and 7,000 years ago, more recent than the Younger Dryas, and right when Thomas says it happened. Chan Thomas provides the dates of other floods. The Younger Dryas is about 11,500 years ago. Before that, a flood 18,500 years ago. And this is exactly the time when the Bering Land Bridge went underwater. Before that, 29,000 years ago, which was the end of the Wisconsin glacial period. And before that, 43,800 years ago. But global floods aren't controversial. We know they happened. What is controversial is the claim that advanced civilizations existed before each of the floods. Mainstream archaeology and paleontology say the first civilization emerged in Mesopotamia 6,500 years ago. But what if that was just the last reboot?
Ooh, like the Batman movies?
Exactly.
The Dark Knight Rises is the best one.
Hi. Can we discuss Batman later? I'm trying to talk about the end of the world here.
Ooh, that's why I keep interrupting.
Coward. When we look at the erosion around the base of the Great Sphinx, we see patterns that were formed by running water. Vast amounts of water moving at tremendous speeds. But if this is water erosion, that means the Sphinx was created before the last flood 6,500 years ago, which is before the emergence of the Egyptian civilization. Archaeologists hate that idea. And they really hate the idea that the Sphinx was built over 10,000 years ago. But there's other evidence of a cataclysmic pole shift, specifically of a great mud flood and a sunken continent.
Do you mean?
I mean Atlantis.
Guys, if these stories, these narratives were truly isolated, would we expect to see them emerge in entirely different cultural systems? I don't think so. Yet, in ancient India, with the Matsya Purana, we encounter another flood account that aligns with that broader pattern. And this is my segue into the next film. Let's check it out.
Long before the Bible, ancient Indian texts like the Matsya Purana described a nearly identical tale. According to the legend, Lord Vishnu took the form of a giant fish, known as Matsya, to save humanity from a massive flood that threatened to wipe out all life on Earth. In this story, a king named Manu was warned about the coming disaster. Vishnu, in his fish form, told Manu to build a huge boat and carry with him seeds of every plant, the sacred scriptures, and the beings necessary to start life again. When the waters rose, Matsya guided Manu's boat safely through the raging flood, ensuring the survival of humanity and the world's knowledge. This ancient flood myth is strikingly similar to the story of Noah's Ark, but the Hindu version is thousands of years older, which raises a powerful question. Did different cultures witness the same catastrophic flood?
Yeah, so this is where the question shit. What are you doing, bro?
I want to say something. Can I speak?
Oh, okay.
So, the reason why the question shifts is because not just about what the stories say, but why they exist in so many places. Did these cultures simply imagine similar catastrophes? Was it the same damn catastrophic flood? Or were they remembering the same one? Makes you think, right?
I mean, yeah, that was pretty good, Bob.
Oh, thanks. I've been reading.
Okay. Oh, go read. Thank you.
Alright, what are you doing? Oh, shit. What are you doing? Wow, God damn it.
You alright?
Yeah, what the hell, man?
Sorry, dude. I dropped you.
Butterfingers.
Anyway, if you guys want to hear from Bob some more, if you like what he does, he's thinks he's an intellectual now because he's been reading.
Hey, I am.
Well, it's cool. I ain't insulting you. But let me know in the comments if you want to hear from Bob. If not, I'll throw him back in the drawer.
What? Why would you do that?
Well, it's up to them. You know the rules.
Yeah, but come on, man. Please don't put me back in that drawer. You can only have so much of a conversation with a thumbtack and a paperclip. Come on. Actually, listen to my head. I think I got thumbtacked in there already. Come on, man. Don't put me back in the drawer, please. Write Bob in the comments.
All right. After looking at all this on my research, these ancient stories, the floods, the idea of survival, it comes down to something really simple. Human beings have always been trying to understand how fragile life can be and how quickly things can change. And when you compare that to the world we live in today, especially here in America, it's easy to lose sight of what we actually have. In this next video, I'm going to shift the focus a bit and look at what life's like in places where basic freedoms don't exist. Not to compare for the hell of it, but to remind ourselves to be grateful. Life can still be affirmed as something meaningful and something worth appreciating.
What are you eating over there?
We eat, depends, right? Like
in the summertime, we do eat more plants. But the thing is, after June 1st, like end of May, a lot of plants become poisonous. So until then, poison level is not as high, so you can pretty much eat any plants if you want. Even tree leaves are fine. But after June 1st, you have to be a lot careful what mushroom that we pick up, what plants we eat. In the fall, we eat a lot of grasshoppers and a lot of bugs. In the winter is the time when we eat frozen, potatoes or a dried cabbage like that. And spring is where we die. We call spring is a season of death. And it's hard to find even one single rat to eat in the spring. So there's more than 10,000 doctors dedicated in North Korea to find a way to make Kims live forever. So in this study, they need a lot of inmates.
Oh my god.
So they take them and play with their organs and see what helps to make the dictator live forever.
He wants to live forever.
Yeah.
So that's the big experiment.
Yeah. It's called 만수무강 연구소. It's the eternal life research institute. They have 10,000 doctors. Just all day long they are studying that, how they can make the dictator live forever. Every front page of North Korean paper has Kim's portraits.
I saw even if you fold a paper and you fold the photo of...
You cannot put other things on top of it either. You need to pretend this photo is the leader, right? And every home in North Korea, we have the portraits of dictators. If the fire caught in the house, the father's first thing they have to protect is the portraits, not their children, not their wife. Because if the portrait gets damaged, then the third generation is going to be punished in that family. There are so many heroes that we learn, who somebody was died with his own body protecting the portrait. And that is the most honorable death you can do in North Korea. Dying for the leader is the honorable death.
So what's your favorite food? What was your
Steak.
favorite food coming to the U.S.?
Steak.
Steak?
Because, in North Korea, I think I had a thing, because the cows had more rights than us. So coming to America, eating beef and not getting executed, it was like giving a middle finger to Kim Jong-un every day,
Wow.
I was I'm determined to eat as much steak as I can.